And we hear the engines really rising, the revs building up as they go underway now in this second heat for the mixture of Formula A and Formula B, with that nice Lotus ESPRIT in a sandwich of the two outside men. They disappear down the track, Bill. It looks like somebody's got it sideways already.
Yes, that's Kevin Pease, number 10 from Yorkshire. Unfortunately, he also had didn't start his first run, so that's him effectively out, as John Welch came flying through from the back row of the grid to take the lead ahead of 101 Brian Betteridge there.
Well, Pease won't be happy with that, because he's lying second overall in the Formula C Championship to date, this being the 6th round in the series, so he's had 2 bad heats now that will really put the block on his attempts to climb further up the chart.
Yeah, with the problem with holding that car in a straight line is that with the engine being situated where it is, if you go too fast into a corner, the car tends to go straight on, and then if you back off suddenly, the back end just comes completely round, so all you end up doing is spinning.
And he's got to make sure he doesn't do that now. The second's ticking away because it's time that they're going for, and the Mini lost a bit of time. They went too far out on that corner.
Yes, Bardy is trying extremely hard, but that's the point. He's trying just too hard, and he's drifting wide. It's bouncing over the bumps, and that's losing him considerable time.
So he's got to try and do something about his driving, apart from getting past that man in front, because I think if he gets past, he looks to me like he's slightly quicker at the moment on the tricky parts of the course, and it's down the fast bits. He just can't hold a candle to that enormous power in the Lotus. And the Lotus has done it. We thought he might go backwards, waltzing down there, and he's lost it sideways. He's gone into reverse, and that has given the Mini a chance to go out of sight. And the same problem too. You can see the tail end coming out as the rest of the drivers are trying to get past that mobile traffic jam.
Yes, and now Tony Bardy's got a clear track in front of him, but John Welch is long gone. John is absolutely flying. There he is as he comes into another of these very tight corners. John also taking it wide, the flames coming out of the exhaust there as he backs off. All the fuel is being burnt up in the ever so hot turbo, and it's really amazing the way that this car goes. It's four-wheel drive. It's putting all of its power down very effectively onto the tarmac.
That flame flow coming out the back, is that a normal thing to see from a turbo?
Yes, it is. All that's happening is he's going extremely quick into the corner, he backs off the throttle, and the turbo itself is glowing red hot, and all the unused fuel gets burnt up.
Well, according to my time clock, he's just done 2 minutes and 53 seconds around that course. Remember, it's just unofficial. He does get a time penalty having four-wheel drive, and that we'll talk about in a moment, because here comes the Mini. He managed to get second place, but I think he lost a lot of time in getting there, and what a shame then, because I think he could have got a lot quicker, because we have got it confirmed. In fact, it was 2 minutes 54 seconds for John Welch in the four-wheel drive. We let him go off our screens because we were interested in that dice for second and third place, because John Welch, when he goes, he's just a one-man procession round here, and yet again a very fast time indeed, which of course will have the four-wheel penalty. What's that all about, Bill?
Well, the four-wheel drive penalty was really introduced at the beginning of this year to try and even things up for the people who didn't have four-wheel drive. There are obviously a lot of enthusiasts in this sport. Not everybody can go out there and afford to spend all the money they like on it, and so it was introduced just to be able to give everybody else a chance to catch up with four-wheel drive.
Well, let's talk to four-wheel drive, and it's Chris Law that's going to have a chat to him.
John Welch, we spoke earlier on today, and I think you had the boost turned down a little. Have you turned it up now?
No, we've still got the boost. You're an eyewitness. We're running on 1.1. 1.1 is about the equivalent of 400 brake. If we actual fact go to 1.6, for example, then we've got 580. But that doesn't mean to say we go quicker, because if we in actual fact had the smaller turbocharger fitted, it would have picked up a lot quicker out the bends.
Do you find it's very difficult running the race effectively on your own, John? I mean, you have to go on out there and beat everybody else by 12 seconds. Is it more difficult, or would you be happier if there was a few more people around you?
Well, last year we had a super years racing with Rob Gibson, lots of others, ever so close. I've had 10 years of racing, and I've had 9 years of racing against Porsches, four-wheel drive, everything like that. So I'm going to indulge for 1 year.
The car smells very hot, John, or is it you?
Yeah, it's very hot.
We'll see you later on in the afternoon. Thanks a lot, John.
Cheers.